the three ideologies that have significant impact of the social and political lives of Filipinos.
First, populism. Populism is a political ideology and movement that seek to promote the interests and concern of ordinary people, often by positioning themselves as the voice of common folk against preserved elite or establishment. Second, socialism. Socialism promotes the equitable distribution of wealth resources, collective ownership, and government intervention in the economy. In the Philippines, socialized ideas address income inequality, poverty, and exploitation, advocating for worker empowerment, social welfare programs, and social justice.
Third, liberalism advocates for free markets, limited government intervention, and privatization. In the Philippines, liberalism policies promotes economic liberalization and for grain investment. However, critics argue that these policies worsen poverty, inequality, and marginalization.
Philippines, liberalism is relevant as promotes individual freedoms, human rights, and economic liberalizations aligning with the country's democratic values and pursuit of economic growth. Socialism is relevant in addressing social inequality, advocating for workers' rights and ensuring access to education and healthcare. Given the persistent poverty and inequalities in the country, populism is relevant in the Philippines as it resonates with the grievances of marginalized groups, mobilizing them against perceived elites and pushing for political and social change. I thought it can also lead to polarizations and challenges to democratic institutions.
In the social and political lives of Filipinos, liberalism, socialism, and populism represent distinct ideologies that have influenced different segments of society, ranging from the political elite to grassroots movements. While liberalism emphasizes individual freedoms and limited government interventions, socialism advocates for a more equitable distribution of resources and a larger role for the state, and populism seeks to mobilize the masses against perceived elites, often incorporating elements of both liberalism and socialism depending on the specific context and goals of populist leaders and movements. As an individual, the impact of liberalism, socialism, and populism depends on my personal beliefs and values. Liberalism might promote individual freedoms and rights, allowing me to express myself and pursue my goals with minimal government intervention. Socialism might prioritize collective well-being and equality, potentially providing access to social services and addressing systematic inequalities. Populism, on the other hand, can create a sense of unity or division depending on how it mobilizes the masses and addresses grievances.
The positive and negative impact of these ideologies in the social and political lives of Filipinos. The positive and negative impact of populism. Positive impact. A growing population in the Philippines can be contribute to a larger labor force potential driving economic growth and innovation. Negative impact. Rapid population growth can strain social service, infrastructure, and resources, leading to challenges in providing adequate healthcare, education, housing, and employment opportunities for all citizens. Positive and negative impacts of socialism. Positive impacts. Reduce inequality, enhance social welfare, and empowers workers. Negative impacts. Potential for economic inefficiency, reduced incentives, and limited personal freedoms. The positive and negative impacts of liberalism. Positive impact include people power movements, active civil society, cultural diversity, and political awareness and engagement. Negative impacts include corruption, political dynasties, poverty, inequality, and political popularization. These factors shape the country's social and political landscape, influencing governance, development, and the well-being of citizens.